Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Carl. Welcome back to the bathroom. Time for a quick shave. It's Sunday morning, so I guess this is officially a Sunday scrape. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, Sunday morning, around 8:30 or so. Just got back from the grocery store, getting all my stuff ready for the week. Got a pot of beans going. I'm gonna get shaved up. I'm gonna go to church today. It's been a while, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So, what are we gonna use? Yeah, board brush. I don't remember who makes this. It's been a long time since I bought it. So, board brush. Swedish Witch Unscented soap. Lord L6, my daily driver. And it's got a Dorco stainless blade in it with a third use. Fresh out of the shower, use the puck soaking liquid to wet my face. Let's get lathering. Well, like I said, going to church today. Gonna try a new church. It's been a while since I've been in church, which I'm a little bit ashamed to say. Since, I think I mentioned it in some of my past videos, but like, I stopped going to the little Baptist church that I was going to right before COVID started. And then after COVID, I just never really got back into trying to find a church. Because I moved during COVID. And then, churches were shut down for quite a long time, and then it was just kind of something that fell by the wayside, unfortunately. Like I said, I'm a little bit ashamed to admit it. That being said, like, my devotional life and my walk with the Lord has suffered over the years. But recently, I've been trying to be more faithful in my Bible reading and Bible studying and all the things to restore my fellowship, and time to look for a church. So I'm going to try a little Baptist church near my apartment here in Georgetown, and we're going to see how it goes. I have listened to a couple of their messages online, like on Facebook. That's how I found them. Just haven't really had the desire, I guess is the right word, to go check them out. But we're going to do that today. So Bible study, corporate Bible study starts at 10. And then the church service starts at 11. So I'm going to try and go to Bible study and then the church service and see how it goes. How it's going here with this lather is, she's a thirsty one, and this brush is a water and lather hog, I forgot. So taking a little longer to build the thick, rich, creamy lather that I would have hoped, or that I like, I should say. But that being said, it's the brush's fault and user error, not the soap. All right, that's gonna be good enough to get a couple of passes. Cleaned up, because you guys know I'm a mess. So before I started making shave videos again here recently, I did buy a new camera mount because the suction cup on my old one had died over the years. And I haven't quite figured out how to mount this one to where it's the right height. I think it's a little high. I think when I rinse and look down and stuff, I think you miss most of my face. You see just mostly the top of my head. I don't go back and rewatch my videos, but just kind of looking at the monitor. I have kind of noticed that that's probably the case. So next time I shave, I'll try and remember where I put it this time and put it somewhere else. So, what else has been new in the past couple of weeks since we talked? In my last video, I talked about a young man who had contacted me for shaving advice and stuff. And I'm happy to say that he sent me a nice text. His parents really are raising him very well. He's a very genuine, generous, and sweet-souled young man. But he sent me a text message about a week or so after I sent some free razors over to him and blades and stuff, and his mom got him set up with some Parasso soap and some other accoutrement, some Parasso pre-shave, and I think Clubman Panade aftershave. So he's like a 16-year-old high school kid running around, probably smelling like a 68-year-old man in his classes. But anyway, he sent me a really nice text, thanked me for all my help, said that he watched my last video and he enjoyed the shout out, and yeah, it was just really nice of him. So I'm glad he's enjoying his wet shaving journey. Hopefully he sticks with it and enjoys it as much as the rest of us do. Other than that, work is work. I think I mentioned that I am due to retire, or I was due to retire at the end of October. My official retirement eligibility date has come and gone. It was September 30th, and so now I'm officially working on borrowed time, and I pushed back my retirement date because we had to let an employee go, so I agreed to stick around to train that employee's replacement. And I am happy to say we found a new employee. We had a process. We processed 3 very highly qualified candidates. It was a very competitive process. I have to say I am happy that I missed out being on the interview committee, because it sounds like it was a pretty, like I said, competitive interview process, and everybody did really well. Unfortunately, we could only hire one. We did. I'm excited to start working with this new employee. I think he's going to be fantastic at the job, and most importantly, he will be easy to train, and I can still retire relatively quickly. But yeah, so that's going to be what I'll be doing at work for the most part. He starts late August or late October because of, government budget cycles and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get him trained up and I'll move on to retirement, whatever that holds for me. Maybe a life of full-time YouTubing, and I can get back to being monetized and make a little money in my retirement with this video stuff. I don't know. Who knows? I doubt that's going to be the case, because, even when I was monetized, I made about $100 a year. And I don't know if the rules have changed for YouTube monetization at all since I lost my monetization. But I'm just going to keep making videos whenever I feel like it. And whatever happens, happens. Speaking of whatever happens, happens. That shave happened really quickly, just because I've been sitting here flapping my yap and not paying attention to what's going on. I can tell you I'm really surprised at how well that Dorco blade performed, especially after 3 uses. In my experience, those blades were not always the best. I got maybe a little weeper there, but I think that's an ingrown hair. Other than that, it's a nice, relatively smooth shave. I mean, all my trouble spots are where they always are, as you can hear. But that's a very acceptable shave. I'm gonna get rinsed off and see what it looks like. Yes, very, very nice shave. I'm supremely happy with that. Yeah, as long as I don't spring a leak anywhere between now and then and get my shirt collar bloody, I'll be really happy. Yeah, great shave. I didn't pull out any post-shave stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. This was kind of a last-minute thought to have a shave. So I'm going to end it here, y'all. That's the shave. It was a good shave. Happy with every way everything worked. As you can see, super silky smooth. I'm not going to do my head, mostly because I'm all sweaty and I don't want to be too far behind on time. I don't know what time it is anymore. So I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you for stopping in, hanging out with me for the past 10, 11, 12 minutes, however long it is. I really appreciate all of the people who watch, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff is fantastic. It makes me happy right here in my heart. And I really appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great week. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again. Bye.